As the first light of day seeped into the barracks, Officer Morrison roused himself from his fitful slumber. His dreams, haunted by echoes of the past, left him with a lingering unease. He dressed in the sleek, dark uniform of a civil protection officer, the symbol of the Combine's authority in City 17. Morning exercise was a ritual, an exertion of will over the limitations of the human form. Morrison's fellow officers moved in unison, like a well-oiled machine, their faces set with grim determination. Their camaraderie was forged by shared purpose, yet beneath the surface there existed an unspoken awareness of the role they played in the grand machinery of oppression. The morning briefing brought news of potential resistance activity, a whisper of defiance in the face of the Combine's rule. Morrison's sector, a maze of crumbling buildings and narrow alleys, was a breeding ground for dissent. It was his duty to snuff out any flicker of rebellion before it ignited the fires of chaos. As he patrolled the streets, the citizens averted their eyes, fear and resentment simmering beneath the surface. He could not help but feel the weight of their gazes upon him, as though his mere presence was a reminder of the yoke they bore. He knew that their lives were fraught with hardship, but he had made his choice. He was a cog in the wheel of order, a bulwark against the encroaching tide of chaos. The break was a brief respite from the weight of his duty, a chance to find solace in the company of his fellow officers. Their conversations were tinged with a subtle bitterness, a shared understanding of the sacrifices they had made in the name of order. As the day wore on, and the sun dipped below the horizon, the city's facade shifted from one of tired resignation to one of fear. The curfew was an iron shackle upon the citizens, a constraint upon their already limited freedoms. Morrison's footsteps echoed through the empty streets, his heart heavy with the knowledge that his actions brought fear to those he once called neighbors. As the day came to a close, Morrison found himself once more within the confines of the barracks. The debriefing was a litany of reports, a catalogue of the small victories and defeats that made up the endless struggle for control of City 17. He knew that tomorrow would bring more of the same, another day of enforcing the Combine's will upon a city that longed for freedom. As he lay in his bunk, Morrison's thoughts wandered to the lives he had touched, the suffering he had inflicted in the name of a greater good. He wondered if the cost was worth it, if the fragile order he maintained was worth the price of humanity's soul. With a heavy heart, he closed his eyes and surrendered once more to the darkness, seeking refuge in the only place he could, his dreams.